Welcome back to Hog Tales. Kevin Kopps will admit he tried to reinvent himself after Tommy John surgery in 2018. He would struggle with his pitching over the next 2 years. When the 2020 season was cut short due to COVID, Kevin made some minor changes to his grip, going from 4 seams to 2. Not only has it baffled hitters, but announcers as well.
We're talking about 90-95% sliders. There's another one. I mean, it's just, if you're not looking slider and you're a Gamecock batter, I don't know what you're doing.
You call it a cutter though, right?
I call it what he calls it. Yeah, we call it whatever Kevin calls it. So we call it a lot too.
6 pitches, 6 strikes, and 2 outs.
And this ain't fair. I mean, it's just not fair.
Yeah, it's kind of like a 2-seam cutter, and I just like tilt the axis of it, and it turns into more of a slider.
Kopps retired all 15 batters he faced last week at South Carolina, 12 strikeouts. And he needed 3 pitches to get his first one here tonight.
That is one bad dude right there, folks.
Hitters will say that they don't see the baseball. Well, obviously they see the baseball, but it's the spin, right, that they don't pick up out of your hand?
Yeah. I think that's because I throw more of a gyro spin versus more of a slider spin. And I think that's where like kind of the hybrid comes into play there. So it's just hard to pick up.
You know, going to a 2-seam fastball is really what turned the cutter a little bit different, because throwing a 2-seam fastball forced his hand to be further away from his head. He's not throwing such a lateral pitch, so now it's depth. Now he's able to turn the corner on it a little bit easier. I think it started with going to a 2-seam fastball. He was trying to throw 4-seamers hard for the last, in 19 and in 20. He was trying to be somebody that he wasn't for a long time.
The pitch. He struck him out swinging. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, Josh McAllister.
Never as easy as just changing a grip on a pitch, because then everyone can do it. But it is as easy as making an alteration, finding some success with the alteration, and backing it up with either visuals, numbers, metrics, something that shows the player like, hey, this is actually really good.
You just know the dedication that's going to the mound and what comes with it. You know that it's not just about talent. It's about work ethic and makeup. There's a lot more to Kevin than a lot of people realize. And not only is he a really good pitcher, he's a great teammate. He's a really good human being. And we know how hard Kevin has worked in our program to have the success that he's having.
A lot of it has to do with the adjustment that he made, and then that turning into confidence that he kind of bought his confidence by putting in all this work.
Hey, what you do, man? Nasty boy, let's go.
What is your mentality like as far as coming into the game in these key situations with kind of the game resting on your shoulders?
I really don't think about it. I don't really like thinking about how many innings I'm going to go. I just kind of think about what I need to do at the moment. And the big thing that I think about is just trying to win the game.
Kevin's just different. He multiple innings, multiple days. You know, you just don't see stuff like that very often. You never want to say more or less valuable. I don't know, but it's just different in how you can use a guy like that and how he can occupy more innings on a weekend. So it makes him incredibly valuable to our team and the way that we use our pitching.
Anytime you have a pitcher or two that you have in the bullpen that you can put in the middle or the end of the game, knowing that you've got a really, really good shot of finishing this thing up, especially when you have a lead. As a coach, you put that guy out there, you're just kind of like, hey, we got a great opportunity to finish this game. But at the same time, if it doesn't go so good, you put the right guy out there. We don't expect Kevin to be perfect every time or do what he's done every time, just about every time this year, but we know that it's a really good opportunity for us to finish the game on top.
I think having him it's a luxury is what it is, because you just don't get guys like this. Like, Kevin's on another level right now.
One unsung hero in all of Kevin's success is Casey Opitz. His work behind the plate means Kevin doesn't have to worry about burying a pitch in the dirt.
I have so much confidence in Opitz. I mean, in every way, like the excitement that he has behind the plate. And I don't worry at all about burying a ball with a runner on third when he's behind on plate.
And Kevin throws that thing in the dirt a lot. And he gets a lot of chase and swing and miss on those balls. And with runners at third base or, first and second when we need a double play, or we at least have to try to keep that thing in, keep those runners there. He's amazing. And it's not, the blocking is obviously exceptional, but it's everything. It's how he uses Kevin's pitches, how he calls the game with Kevin, and those two guys are in sync.
We're always on the same page. I throw cutter a lot of the time. It's kind of funny because I looking for the sign, he cutter, I'm like, yeah, good idea. But I don't know. I think he makes a huge difference right there.
Kevin has already earned a degree in biomedical engineering and is currently getting his master's. As far as his baseball career goes, Coach Hobbs has a simple message for all major league teams.
I tell them all the exact same thing. Draft him wherever you draft him, put him in Double-A. Immediately. That's how strongly I feel about Kevin. I tell them all the exact same thing. Let him go. Let him give him a chance and just see where it takes him. Because what he's doing right now is, it's good enough to pitch for as long as he wants to pitch.
I have goals here, and if I achieve those goals here, then everything else will kind of follow. So I just kind of, again, try to stay with the just win the game attitude, and everything else will just kind of fall in place.
What Kevin is doing this year is insane. What's also impressive is the number of innings and pitches Kevin can throw in one weekend. His secret weapon? Beet juice. Whatever it takes, I guess. That's all the time we have here on Hog Tales. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on CST.